Nation. I'm Brad Pomerance here with Mike Spence. He is the Mayor Pro Tem of the city of West Covina. Have known him a long time, know him to be a man of faith, a man of conservative principles. And so I want to ask you about a line from the Bible, from Leviticus 1934. The alien living with you must be treated as one of your native born. Love him as yourself, for you are aliens in Egypt. One could argue that that line dictates that we not treat undocumented differently than we treat natural-born citizens. What do you think, sir?
I don't think that's what it says at all. But,
I love Mike Spence on our program.
How'd that turn out for the people of...
Exactly.
Obviously we do treat aliens, resident aliens, almost like citizens of the United States. But, the way our Constitution's written, we have certain laws and standards, and people that break those laws, need to be held accountable for them.
And we'll talk about that for sure. But is it a difficult contradiction because, look, there are folks of faith that feel very strongly about this line, and they feel as if we need to protect everyone. Churches are becoming sanctuary churches, and so, there's a split within the faith community at some level.
Well, I think there's a split in the faith community about almost every issue.
Right.
I mean, when you say the faith community, what does that mean? So there's a split, in the United States about lots of issues.
Right. Let's talk about complying with the law, because there was a case recently in San Francisco. A young, beautiful woman, Catherine Steinle. She was she on a bridge? I'm feeling like she was, she
was down in the warfare area.
Yeah, in San Francisco, and she was murdered by a gentleman named Juan Francisco Lopez Sanchez. He had been deported 5 times.
Right.
Came back into the country. And that really brought up the question of what do we do about the undocumented, and how should cities deal with the undocumented? Because after that, San Francisco reaffirmed that it was a city of refuge, which means a sanctuary city.
Which is exactly why he went back there 5 times after he was able to get across the border.
Do we have a sense that that's why he did it, that he picked San Francisco?
That's why he picked San Francisco. Why wouldn't he go back?
Interesting.
Why wouldn't he go back? It's a sanctuary city. And sanctuary cities will attract, if you're a sanctuary, you're going to attract people that want sanctuary. And the people that want sanctuary, in this case, are criminals. People that have done harm to other beings, other people in their neighborhoods. And those are the people that, we're going to have a big discussion about sanctuary cities after when the Trump presidency. Yeah. And that's something that's, going to come to a head, I think, in California.
Let's talk about that, because there is no doubt that there are many elected officials in California that feel very strongly that we, as Californian elected, should not cooperate with the Trump administration in their efforts to deport the undocumented. Deport's a loaded word, undocumented's a loaded word. What does that mean?
Because they're not undocumented because they get driver's licenses.
I guess they do have documents,
so
right?
There's no such thing almost as undocumented alien anymore.
I like it.
But that is the fundamentally, the big issue that's going to come to a head. It's really funny. The same politicians that are saying, no, we can't do this now, are the same one 2 years ago said, 3 years ago said Arizona couldn't pass their immigration laws because they didn't like those particular laws.
And I'm so glad you brought that up, because we are now seeing a flip script.
Exactly.
We are seeing all of a sudden the blue states are all about states' rights.
Yes, exactly.
Whereas during the Obama years, the red states.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what's happened, is the hypocrisy in Sacramento.
Well, but the
and
hypocrisy
cities.
of politics.
Well,
today,
there you go. But it's ironic that now they're talking about how they need to have states' rights and they should be able to protect every single illegal alien.
Let's talk about that issue, because it is, and I really am glad you're here to talk about it, because you've thought about this. Immigration is a federal issue, but as a strict constitutionalist, states' rights are important. So how do we balance the question?
Well, I think there are things that cities should be able to do that within their purview, and that is cooperate with, I was going to say the INS.
Right, ICE it's now called.
Yeah, it's ICE, yeah. And,
but what
ICE,
does that mean?
And,
what does that mean to
Well, that
cooperate?
means if you have someone who's in custody for a felony or some kind of crime, to check their immigration status. Is there a deport order on them?
Right.
Should they be held? Do we offer them up to ICE because ICE wants to do that?
Today, under the prior Obama administration, there was some form of cooperation.
Obama deported more people than people think he did.
People call him the deporter in chief.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he gets, he's
slammed for a lot of things.
He did a lot of deportation.
Right.
That's fine. But he also tried to legalize, and through administrative action.
Can we talk about that?
Millions of people.
I want to talk about the legalization through administrative action. The program was known as DACA, Deferred Action, and it focused specifically on children brought here before they were adults. And they are now under 30, and a lot of them are going to college, and they're working. And President Trump has said, I want to reverse DACA. I mean, he said it during the campaign. What he'll do now, we don't know. Talk to me about the children that they did not come here voluntarily. They were brought here.
Well, that's true in some cases, and actually what we did see was a surge of children without parents that came across the border
that's the
because
Central American
of it.
crisis.
Yes, exactly. And so, you can say what you want, in some cases, they
but
wanted to
those
get
aren't
here because
DACA
of it.
eligible. Those kids weren't
Well,
DACA
they thought they
eligible.
were, though. They thought they were, and that's
And
why
then-
they're in camps, because that's, again,
Right.
when you say something's going to be free or something's going to be sanctuary, you do
what
that.
about the DACA kids today? I mean, the Central American Search, I understand. They came, then we started running ads telling them not to come.
Yeah.
And,
Paying their countries to try to keep them
do we withdraw DACA protection from these people who voluntarily gave their information?
Well, the way to deal with the entire immigration process is to have a comprehensive solution, but that it has to include border enforcement, so people can't get across 5 times.
Right.
Whether it's a wall or whatever, there has to be enforcement.
Let's focus.
But you have to do but it includes kids, because it depends. Are those kids criminals or not?
Well,
that
if they're criminals, I mean, I think most people would say.
most people
But how do
would,
you
but
define-
not the cities in California. When you have sanctuary cities,
depending on what the crime is.
Well, yeah, and so you have those issues, and then what you have to do is limit job opportunities. You're supposedly, you mentioned work; they're not supposed to be working, and people that are here.
Well, DACA kids could.
Yeah, DACA kids.
Right.
Well, now, but they couldn't
Right.
before. And so, I mean, the way to do it is there's
But
not going to
even-
be mass deportations, of trains being lined up in Los Angeles or
not?
anything like that, because that's not how it works.
Why not?
What you do is because it's not feasible, and it's not. I've never heard anyone propose that. I've never heard anyone propose that except a far left person in an argument.
Our far left.
And I've never heard that. And so, the way you do it is over time. I mean, there's numbers of people every year that go back to their home countries, and we need to encourage that.
Well,
and you encourage that by restricting
I mean,
opportunities.
We have flatlined in terms of
Yes.
Mexican immigration. We are not seeing any more. If you take the people that are coming and the people that are going,
Right, exactly.
it's a net zero.
And there's a way to speed that up, and that is to eliminate benefits that people
But what
receive
about
ahead
a lot of
of
these
citizens.
folks are contributing? If all of a sudden we deport, what about the agriculture industry? That could really impact.
The agriculture industry existed before there was mass immigration of illegal aliens. And in fact, the United Farm Workers used to be a big advocate of throwing what they called nationals out of the country. So, I mean, I think there are solutions that you can restrict and start dealing with the problem by cutting off benefits from government, from businesses, and the encouragement that we give everyone here illegally. In some cases, it's better to be a illegal alien than a citizen.
You'll come back?
Always.
He is Mike Spence, Mayor Pro Tem of the city of West Covina in the beautiful San Gabriel Valley, where we are today. This is Local Edition.